How I went from a partying college student with no direction to an 80K per month agency owner who helps other agencies escape the low ticket rat race. And I did it without a fancy tech background, without years of experience, and without working 80 hours per week. If you're an agency owner stuck between 5K and 15K a month, and you're just tired of chasing cheap monthly retainers, this very well might be the most important video you ever watch. Let me be completely honest with you. Growing up, I was led to believe there was only one path. Get a job, work until you retire, and that's it. My family was never poor by any means, but I'd always hear them say things like, "This is too expensive," or "That costs too much." Those words made me feel guilty whenever my parents would buy me anything. So I made a promise to myself that I never wanted to hear my family say, "That's too expensive," again. So I had to start somewhere. I started learning about money, the economy, and overall just how to build wealth. That's when I realized there is no reason that I cannot make serious money. And honestly, really anybody can, they just have to know how. But in college, I was completely lost. For 2 years straight, I was just drinking 5-6 times a week, doing drugs, partying. I wasn't going to classes, but my grades stayed good, so I just didn't care. Then one day, I just asked myself, is this really what I want to be doing with my time? Is this really how I want to spend the next 2 years of university, just to graduate with a piece of paper and potentially an addiction? And that moment is when everything changed. I just started watching business videos on YouTube instead of going to class. And then I stumbled across Alex Hormozi, and in 30 minutes, he taught me more about business than I had learned in the previous 2 years of business school. It was at that point I realized I don't need formal business education when I have these multi-8 and 9-figure entrepreneurs giving it all away for free. I stopped going to classes entirely and started watching business content all day, every day. And that's when I started my first marketing agency. Started with my roommates, and the 4 of us, we just started learning as much as we could about how to do this and how to start closing clients as soon as we could. Then after a little bit, we closed our first 2 clients for about $600 a month. And it didn't matter how little it was, we were just super excited to finally have paying clients. And I continued to scale this agency for about the next 5 or 6 months, but I slowly started to realize that the traditional agency model is broken and flawed. I was chasing cheap monthly retainers, I was dealing with terrible clients, and I was essentially just working like a glorified freelancer instead of a business owner. That was not what I imagined running a business to be like. Then I discovered AI, and in the first 3 weeks of selling AI solutions to businesses with almost no knowledge, I made $31,000, and that was more than I had made in the previous 6 months of running my marketing agency. And April 30th, 2024 was my first $10,000 day selling AI. July 2024 was my first 50K month. In November 2024, I had both my first 20K day and my first 80K month. The transformation wasn't just about the money. Of course, that's great, but it was just about building a business that was actually sustainable without me needing to slave away all day, every day. And now I help agency owners do the exact same thing and move away from the low ticket chaos to selling high ticket AI offers that actually scale. So this video is for you if you're tired of chasing cheap monthly retainers. I know exactly what it's like. You're tired working all day, every day, just to please these clients who are already a headache to work with, just to make a measly $1,000 or $2,000 that month. No matter how good you are at delivery, you're still stressed because of the fact that your margins are so low. And you overall just feel like you're running a charity and not an actual business. You bust your ass to get your clients great results, but they still leave after a few months. And sometimes they churn even when they're profitable with the work you've been doing for them. It is heartbreaking, and it does make you question if that business model is even worth it. If you're dealing with nightmare clients, I know what that's like. Every client interaction feels like a battle. You don't even want to hop on the Zoom call with them. They question everything, demand constant updates, and pretty much just treat you like another employee. Having difficult clients completely changes how you feel about your business. And right now, you probably even dread checking your messages from them. And overall, you just don't want to be stuck as a glorified freelancer. That's not what business is supposed to be like. You started your business to be a business owner with time, location, and financial freedom. Instead, you're working like you have a 9-to-5 job for each client that you work with. You're more trapped than you were even when you had a normal 9-to-5. And I guarantee this is not what you imagine running a business to be like. This video is for you if you want real financial freedom. Imagine waking up to $10,000 days instead of stressing if you're going to hit $10,000 for the entire month. Picture having so much money that you never need to worry about prices of anything. You can just buy what you want and take care of your family and friends without any guilt or hesitation. If you want true location independence, what if you could work from anywhere in the world and you just know your business is going to continue running smoothly? Imagine working from a beach in Thailand or taking calls from a coffee shop in Paris as you still see revenue being generated inside of your business. That's the freedom a properly structured AI agency can create. If you want the ability to support your family, think about finally being able to give back to the people who sacrificed everything just for you to be where you are today. Picture taking your family on trips around the world, being able to help with their expenses, anything that they have, and just make it so they never need to worry about money again. This is about more than just you and running a business. This is about ultimately taking care of those closest to you. That should be your goal in business. And if you actually want to enjoy your business, imagine actually loving what you're doing every day instead of dreading having to wake up and get to work. You're working with clients who are actually grateful for the work you're doing for them and are more than happy to pay you these premium prices. Think about running a business that energizes you every day instead of draining you, where every day feels like progress instead of survival. If you've been trying to scale your agency this whole time but keep hitting a revenue ceiling, I'm gonna be completely straight up with you. You are stuck in a broken business model. Stop chasing more of the same low-ticket monthly retainer clients. It's not that scaling an agency is impossible. You see people do it. It's just that you've been trying to scale something that is very difficult to scale. Low margins and high maintenance retainer client. You're caught in this cycle. You need more revenue, so you try to get clients. More clients means more headache and delivery work. You're working harder, but not making proportionally more money. You raise your prices, but then lose clients to cheaper competitors. Now you're back to square one, just more exhausted. And now you repeat that until you burn out completely, or you become a fully dependent caffeine addict. And you're really wondering why you're still struggling. All these agency gurus are telling you it's better system, more team members, or working harder. And don't get me wrong, those help, but they're teaching you to overall optimize a fundamentally flawed business model. That's complete nonsense. That's not how you build a scalable, profitable agency. Why keep following advice from people who've never built what you're trying to build? I'm showing you exactly what's working right now. Transferring from the low ticket, cheap monthly retainer agency model to selling high ticket AI offers that actually scale. So why does this process even work when others don't? It's because it focuses on high ticket, high value offers and not just sheer volume of low ticket, cheap monthly retain. Most agency advice is about getting more clients, a high volume of them at a cheap, low price. This process is about selling fewer high value solutions that businesses desperately need. When you can charge $5,000 to $15,000 upfront instead of a cheap $1,000 a month retainer, that's when everything starts to change for you. This leverages the biggest opportunity in the world right now. AI isn't just another service that's going to be here for a little bit and disappear. It's a fundamental shift that is changing every business and ultimately the entire world. This process positions you and your agency at the forefront of this revolution, solving real problems with cutting-edge technology and solutions that these businesses desperately need and can't find anywhere else. This creates predictable, scalable revenue. Most agency models trap you in a feast or famine type of cycle. You're either hunting down new clients or you're trying to get as many as you can before they start churning just to build up some decent monthly recurring revenue. But this process builds sustainable, high ticket growth without you needing to be stuck in delivery. Because not only are you getting these large upfront payments from clients, but now you're also getting the back end monthly retainers. Because this business model is based on what's actually working today. Everything I teach comes directly from building and scaling my own AI agency to $30K a month in the first 3 weeks and ultimately to $80K a month. These aren't theories from agency owners who quit the space 5-10 years ago and are just teaching people. This is the exact playbook I use to close 10K, 20K days and have helped my clients do the exact same thing. This right here is the 4-step process that changed everything. Number 1 is foundation, building your actual high ticket off, picking the right niche and creating an irresistible high ticket AI solution that businesses can benefit a ton from, which in turn makes them want to pay $5,000 to $15,000 upfront for it. 90% of people that are trying to sell AI do so without even trying to understand what these businesses actually need. They focus on the cool tech and the fact that it's trendy instead of the actual outcomes that it's going to provide for businesses. Without a clear, valuable offer, you will struggle to sell these solutions to businesses and they'll see you as just another vendor instead of an actual growth partner. So inside the AI Growth Syndicate, you will get AI offers that are proven and working across industries. We help you avoid the jack of all trades trap by building one focused solution with a clear ROI. You're not starting from zero, you're building something that has already been completely validated. So you will have crystal clear messaging that gets firm yeses from clients. My client Todd went from having zero AI experience to building out the offer and launching his systems in 10 days because the foundation was so clear. Within 6 weeks, he collected $60,000 in cash and built $16,000 in MRR. Step 2 is refinement, and this is where we're mastering your sales process. Building out a sales system that consistently converts clients at $5,000 to $15,000 upfront. Because unfortunately, even with the perfect offer, if you cannot sell it confidently, you're screwed. And for whatever reason, most agency owners either completely wing their sales calls or follow some super outdated process that overall just doesn't work for high ticket AI sales. You need a very specific and tailored approach for selling these automations and overall just selling any high ticket AI offer to these businesses. So you get our complete sales framework, including discovery questions, objection handling, and closing techniques specifically designed for AI offers. And when you get this right, sales becomes predictable instead of stressful. My client Dylan was stuck at 3 to 5K per month. Then when we implemented our sales processes and tweaked the way he navigated the sales calls, within the first 2 weeks, he closed 2 clients for $8,000 total and scaled to 25K per month that very month. And now step 3, acquisition, building your client pipeline. We're going to be creating a consistent flow of high quality prospects who want to buy your AI solution, because no matter what, you cannot scale without consistent lead flow. For whatever reason, most agency owners rely on half-ass outreach or referrals to sustain their growth. But unfortunately, without a clear and systemized approach, you're just 1 or 2 clients leaving away from an actual financial crisis in the business. So to make sure this doesn't happen, you get access to our complete acquisition system, including outbound scripts, inbound strategies, proven messaging, our paid ad systems, absolutely everything. All of these are tailored specifically for AI offers. Everything is plug and play, from ad copy to campaign structures to creatives, everything. And when this is actually done right, you will be waking up to booked calls instead of wondering and stressing when your next client is going to come through. One of my youngest clients ever, Kylie, who's only 17 and living in the Philippines, went from $3,000 a month to closing $26,000 in clients in a little over 2 months, just by implementing our acquisition system. And number 4 is scaling, systemizing the business and eventually removing you from the process. Because we want to be building systems that allow your agency to grow without you having to spend all your time in the daily operations and ultimately remove you from the business, because we want you to be working on the business, not in it. Because you simply can't hit the 20 to 50K a month range doing absolutely everything yourself. Most agency owners actually end up becoming the biggest bottleneck themselves in the business because they don't know how to systemize delivery and delegate other tasks in the business to people they can trust. So to make sure this is done smoothly and efficiently, you get access to our complete fulfillment systems. We're going to help you build out the entire onboarding process so that you don't even need to be involved in it. Team hiring playbooks, SOPs, and back-end automation. We help you move from being an operator to a CEO whose business and fulfillment actually runs without them needing to be directly involved. And so when this is actually done right, your business will start to scale without it consuming your entire life. You build a real asset instead of just getting yourself a high-paying job. Like I said, my client Todd built $16,000 in monthly recurring revenue on top of $60,000 cash collected just because you had the right systems in place. Now, these are the 6 core elements you need to succeed. Number 1 is offer market fit. You need to be aligning your AI solution with a high pain problem that many businesses are experiencing, because those are the ones that are going to pay premium prices to have it solved. Because the best technology is useless without the demand for it. You don't need more features in your offer. You need a problem that makes your offer irresistible to your target market. We give you proven offer frameworks and AI use cases that are high ticket and are already working and validated across tons of industries. You're not going to be guessing what clients want. You're going to be implementing what they're already buying. And when you get this right, prospects instantly understand your value. And then sales becomes even easier because you're selling a solution to urgent problems instead of just nice to have features. Number 2 is a client acquisition engine, a repeatable system that attracts and converts high quality prospects into paying clients. Because without consistent lead flow, your business isn't a business. It's just hope. Most people know how to build, but they don't know how to sell consistently. So you get our exact outbound frameworks, entire ad campaign structure, and sales scripts and funnels that built our $580,000 AI agency. Everything is already tested and ready to implement inside of your business. So when you get this done right, you stop having to chase clients and you actually start attracting them. Your calendar starts to fill with qualified prospects who are already pre-sold on what you offer. Number 3 is sales processes and closing, a defined system that takes prospects from interested to signed clients, including objection handling, urgency creation, and everything along those lines. Because honestly, AI is still new and it is confusing to a lot of clients, and you're going to need to guide them with confidence and clarity and not hope that they just understand it and get it themselves. So you're going to get breakdowns of our entire sales process, the exact script and structure we follow so that we can close these 5,000 to 15,000 high ticket AI deals. You're going to know exactly what to say, when to say it, and we'll also give you tools and resources that make the selling process even easier. And when you can get this right, high ticket closes genuinely become predictable. Calls feel so much smoother, conversations are much more organic, and prospects feel like they're buying instead of being sold to. Number 4 is fulfillment and getting results. This is meaning the delivery and being able to actually build what you sold effectively and quickly. Because this is how you create happy clients who will send more people to you. AI is hot. People want to get their friends and businesses in this field. Great fulfillment creates referrals, retention, and overall great case studies. It's your greatest secret sales weapon because satisfied clients and great case studies become the best marketing. We're going to show you how to build out your entire client fulfillment system from start to finish, so you don't even need to be involved. You just see the payment come through and hear about the build when it's done. And when you get this right, clients stay longer, they'll pay more, they're going to be open to your upsells down the line, you're going to have a higher client lifetime value, and your confidence will skyrocket because you know your business actually delivers real value. Number 5 is positioning and authority. And this is overall just how you're perceived in the market. Because honestly, people don't buy the best solution. They buy from who's the most trusted source. In a competitive market, authority means everything. So we help you build proof fast, even when you don't have testimonials at the start. You get positioning scripts and authority strategies that will make you stand out quickly. And then when you do have testimonials, then it becomes game time. And when you get this right, that's when you start to attract new leads and they will be chasing you down instead of you having to hunt them down. They will already be aware of your premium pricing and they will just want to buy and get started. Because when you're an authority, people believe you and trust you without even needing to speak to you directly. And number 6 is scaling in systems. This is the backend infrastructure that allows your agency to run and scale without you needing to be directly involved. This is important because scaling chaos, that's how you get burnt out. But scaling systems, that's how you achieve freedom. And most people stay stuck just because they don't build the actual systems to remove themselves from the operation. So you're gonna get our CRM automations, our onboarding flow, all our SOPs. We're gonna help you train, hire, and manage these roles, setters, closers, triagers, engineers, everybody, so that you can scale and be removed so you don't need to be spending hours every day inside of the business, and it will still continue to scale. And look, if you're still watching, I know you're somebody who's actually serious about breaking free from the low ticket monthly retainer agency trap and building something that actually scales. Let me ask you something real quick. Let's say you don't change anything. Where would you be 1 year from now? Still chasing 1,000 to 2,000 month retainers? Still dealing with difficult clients who don't value you? Still working 60+ hours a week for mediocre pay? Now imagine an alternative. A year from now, you're running a high ticket AI agency, closing $10,000 deals regularly. You're working with clients who value you and actually pay premium prices, and you finally have the freedom and income that you started your agency in the beginning to achieve. Which future would you rather have? The only difference between which future you achieve are the decisions you make right now. I started just like many of you, running a traditional agency, struggling with low margin clients, feeling trapped in a business I built to achieve freedom with. If I could make the transition and build an $80K a month AI agency from where I was, what do you think you could do from where you are right now? The processes I've outlined work because they are what actually performs in the market today. It's all the exact systems that I use myself that our clients like Todd, Kylie, Dylan, and so many more have used as well. Todd went from completely zero to collecting $60K in the first 6 weeks. That's $10,000 a week, plus built $16,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Kylie scaled from $3K a month to closing $26,000 in deals in the first 2 months. And Dylan broke through his $3K a month ceiling and shot to $25K a month in 30 days. If you're ready to make the same change and escape the low ticket trap, then just click the link below and book a call with my team. On this call, we're going to analyze your agency's current situation and identify the fastest and most efficient path to getting you to have a high ticket AI offer. We're going to show you exactly which AI solutions are working the best in today's market. We're going to create a customized plan for your first $10,000 AI deal. And we're going to determine if you're overall a good fit for the AI Growth Syndicate. And look, this honestly isn't for everyone. We only work with agency owners who are ready to commit and put in the necessary work. There's no shortcuts, no magic bullets, just proven systems and implementation. But But if you're ready to build an agency that gives you the freedom and the income that you truly deserve, then click the button below and book a call. And remember, we can only work with a certain amount of people at any given time because of how hands-on our approach is. When spots fill up, you'll have to wait until they reopen, and there's no exact timeline. The AI revolution is happening right now. You can either watch from the sidelines or position yourself to profit. Click below to book your free strategy call.